This is the Amazing Spider-Man 6-inch figure with a whipping web line and connectable stands. I've not seen this in shops. I bought this online. It's the front of the box. I'll just lift the camera up a bit so you can see the top of the packaging, and if I just move it in you can see it says movie series, and I shall just turn the packaging around and I shall move it in. So then we have whipping web line, picture of Spider-Man with a whipping web line, super articulated, connectable stands that look similar to the Avengers Walmart exclusive line connectable stands, but I'm not really sure because I don't have them, but because they're not out in England, but they look pretty similar. And they're the other two figures in the line: a comic series Spider-Man and a movie Lizard, which I've also bought, so I can review that as well. Let's take a look at it outside of the box. Okay, so this is it opened up. There's you actually get some more web in the bottom of the box, which you can't see from the outside. So, and they're all three of them are the same. They've like a little loop, which on the actual packaging is sort of holding in this hand, and then there's like a little hook. So I think the idea is that you sort of let him hold on to it and hook it onto something, but I don't really have anything to show you to hook it onto, so I put it on his web shooting hand, and it sort of looks okay. I mean, I've not really played about with these much, so I don't really know how flexible they are. They don't seem to be very flexible, but maybe over time they might straighten out or something. But okay, I suppose they're better than like a missile shooter or something like that. I'll just quickly show you the base. That's the base. It looks pretty similar to the Avengers bases from what I've seen of them. Bottom of the base, and you get one of these with a Lizard and the other Spider-Man as well. And it's got pegs as well, so it's easy to stand on because it's got peg holes on both feet. So, right, so onto the figure. Now, the figure is not too bad. There's some points that I'm not too fond of. Well, just looking at on my camera now, I've tried the best I can do with the lighting. The blue looks darker than it actually is. Not too much darker, but it's not ideal. The colour looks better on the box. The box bit of the video, the lighting was a bit better when I filmed that. So just ignore the colour on this because it's not this dark. So go through the articulation. So the head moves, turns, and it look up a bit and down. Well, it's about as far as it'll go. It's got a like sort of a chest or diaphragm kind of ball joint thing. Shoulder goes up that far and down and that way in a bicep. Swivel, it does have 2 points of articulation at the elbow, and they're a bit like stiff to sort of move, but that's better than being loose. There's a wrist articulation as well, it bends at the wrist and it swivels at the wrist as well. There's no waist articulation at all, which is a bit of a bummer for a Spider-Man figure. It's got ball jointed hips, and the good ball jointed hips, because I do have the 3 3/4 inch Spider-Man, which I shall show you now. on the hips on this one, if you don't have it, you can't move them forward without sort of twisting them and pushing like that. So it's a bit like awkward to sort of move it round, because if you want to like move his leg forward, you have to move it round and sort of twist it there so it can sit that way, and then you can't really move it out. You've got to twist the ball joint round so you can have him kick out like that. Whereas this one, if you want him to kick out, that's fine, but his leg can only really go that far up. And do the splits again, fine. His leg doesn't really move back, but I don't really think that's too much of an issue. Two joints, two points of articulation at the knee. Again, they're quite stiff, but I prefer them to be like that than really loose and him falling over all the time. And then no more articulation until you get to the ankle, where there's a swivel or a pivot. You can move it back as well, really far back, and so far forward. The hands are positioned. There's a web slinging pose or a rock on pose, and the other one is, I think, made for these things. So he's got something to hold on, so he can hold on to the webs, and then you can hang them, like I said earlier, from something. The eyes are on the mask are gold, which on the box they're also gold. I've not seen the film yet, so I don't know if they're gold in the film, and I can't remember what I saw of I can't remember from seeing the trailer whether they're gold on the trailer or not. But the 3 3/4 inch one doesn't have gold eyes, so I'm not sure which one is accurate. Other than that, there's not much difference between the two, so I'm guessing that he either gets a new mask in the film at some point, or one of the figures is just inaccurate. So this is the detail on the figure. There's the black spider on the front, gold eyes, like some ribbed webbing which you can make out. I think you can probably make it out. It's actually sort of sculpted in, it's not painted on. If I just bring this in there, it's the web shooter, and there's one on this arm too, and that's raised up on both. There's a stripe down the side. I don't know if there should be the gap in the joint there. It's the same on the other side too, so maybe it should be there, but then again, on the 3 3/4 inch one, there is no gap in between the stripe on the legs, so I'm not 100% sure, because again, I've not seen the film, so that'll be something I'll find out tonight after I go and see it. Red spider on the back, and finally silver soles to his boots. Okay, so the first size comparison I'm going to do is the Spider-Man figure with another movie Spider-Man figure. I'm not sure which version this is. I was looking to buy the super articulated one, but I've not managed to find it before doing this review, so I've just picked up a loose one from my random figure box. It doesn't stand up very well, that's why I'm having to keep hold of it. the legs are about the same width apart when doing this, so it's a tiny bit shorter, and then there's obviously more differences between the two in terms of articulation and stuff, but it's just to give you an idea that it'll fit in with your other Spider-Man movie figures if you're wanting to display it with them. The next one I'll show you is Nick Fury. If you're wanting to maybe do an Avengers display, I'm just getting used to this camera here. So I put them side to side here, and then I shall move the camera back a bit. There you can see that he towers over him. I'm not 100% sure how tall, what the size difference should be. It looks about right to me. So he could easily fit into an Avengers display. I mean, if you've got the bases as well, you could connect him to the Avengers team if that's what you wanted to do. The next figure I'm going to show you him with is a Dark Knight Batman, which I think is the same as the Dark Knight Rises version anyway, so you're picking up movie lines this summer, then they're about the same size with that. Well, no, Batman's actually a tiny bit bigger. I don't think that's too accurate. Spider-Man probably should be a bit shorter than Bruce Wayne, but it's not that big of an issue for me personally, but I won't be displaying them together anyway, but just in case you were thinking of it. And then the last one that I'm going to show you a size comparison with is none other than Spider-Man's arch nemesis from Spider-Man 1, Macho Man, Randy Savage, the Mattel exclusive that just came out from Ringside Collectibles, Macho Man, and he played Bonesaw in the first Spider-Man movie, so I just thought it'd be pretty cool to show you the size comparison between the two. Thanks for watching. Please remember to comment, rate and subscribe.